Ugandan legislation prohibits employment of children under the age of 12, and the Ugandan National Child Labour Policy disallows practices that subject children to worst forms of child labour. It's against this backdrop that the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development has renewed its strength in eliminating the vice.
Stepping up labour inspection and enforcement of labour standards to ensure compliance with the laws against child labour, and carrying out advocacy and awareness raising on the dangers and consequences of child labour. Introduction of the wealth creation programs of government has introduced increased funding to wealth creation programs such as Operation Wealth Creation, the parish development model which has already been launched, and the special grants for the elders and people with disabilities among the others. These programs have laid a foundation for increased household income, which will economically empower families drastically in eradicating poverty and stop children from involving in child labor.
According to a 2021 Uganda National House Survey conducted by Uganda Bureau of Statistics, around 14% of Uganda's children aged 5 to 17 are engaged in child labor. This has triggered a great number of street children who have abandoned education, hence calls for interventions to keep children in school.
The government already has put in centers all over the regions to try to rehabilitate and vocational training. We are starting with 100 young people in all of these centers so that they can get a skill and maybe later earn some living from that skill. But we are putting in mechanisms of getting those who are involved. There's already an investigation to know which NGOs are using children to do labor and be street beggars, and at the end of the day, the children don't even benefit from the money. We shall manage to make the children leave the streets by handling those people who are responsible for bringing them to the streets, those NGOs which are responsible for bringing them to streets, and that's something that brings both national and local government.
The policy and legal framework will aid local governments supported by the Ministry of Gender in reducing the 36% rate as of 2020 who are involved in worst forms of child labor and eliminate the number of children on the streets of Kampala and other urban centers. Joshua Kagoro, Stephen Kalisha, UBC News.